It's been a long day, hasn't it? You've travelled all that way, away from the family, your home. All those meetings today, all that rush, all those meetings tomorrow, and more rush. You've just got time to check into the hotel, perhaps phone home, and then get out to dinner. You've done all you need to do today. Or have you? Have you ever wondered why the world's airlines are so specific in their pre-flight safety briefings? Why they want you to be so aware of seatbelts, oxygen masks, and evacuation procedures? It's about being prepared, well prepared. In the unlikely event that something does happen, they want you to know how best to react to maximize your chances of survival. Do you remember in the airline safety briefings those lights along the floor that help to guide you to safety? You won't find them in a hotel, but you may find smoke or flames. Hundreds of travellers die every year from hotel fires around the world.
In reality, most travellers have more chance of being caught in a hotel fire than in an aircraft crash. There are very few examples each year of aircraft emergency procedures being required of people actually needing to do what they are shown on the briefing videos. But there are literally thousands of hotel fires every year. Because of that, everybody should be just as prepared to react to smoke or flames in their hotel.
For regular travellers, a hotel stay is similar in many ways to an airline flight. It's something you do frequently. You feel relatively comfortable and you're well aware of your surroundings. Or are you? This presentation is intended to show you the various things that you can do to help yourself. It may shift you out of your usual comfort zone, and if so, we make no apologies. It just might save your life.
Film and television productions are deliberately overdramatic. In reality, the threats can be a lot simpler, but no less deadly. The major threats in any fire situation are smoke and panic, and both have the potential to result in deaths. Smoke will starve the lungs of oxygen and irritate the eyes so badly it is almost impossible to keep them open. How people react to smoke when they discover it will go a long way to deciding whether they survive the situation. Panic will make people do things they wouldn't normally do, and this can increase the danger they are in significantly. People suffering from panic are rarely able to save themselves and can put people trying to save them in danger.
First and foremost, remember this. Where there's smoke, there might not always be fire. Many people have died needlessly from smoke inhalation when the fire itself wouldn't have reached them. Even small fires can cause a lot of smoke. Air conditioning and air exchange systems in hotels and other buildings can carry smoke from room to room and from floor to floor, which means the smoke you see may not be anywhere near the fire. But it's still a potential killer. Your first instinct should always be to leave your room at the first sign of smoke. Being warm, smoke will start to accumulate near the ceiling and work its way down. But in most hotels, the exit signs are always near the ceiling, so it's important you know instinctively where your nearest exit is. Remember, once you see smoke, it's too late to start looking for exit signs. Remember too, smoke accumulates near the ceiling, so the fresh air you need is at or near floor level. If you're caught in this situation, remember you may need to get down on your hands and knees, or even on your stomach, and stay there as you make your way to safety. Those who stand and run will probably be the first to die. Panic will cause you to do things you wouldn't do if you were thinking rationally. It sets in when you realize you are lost, confined, disoriented, or unable to control your surroundings. Once panic sets in, it seems to grow as well, and people can end up doing things that can kill them. But if you understand your surroundings, if you know how to react, and more importantly, how to protect yourself, you can avoid this potential killer.
The process of understanding your surroundings in hotels is a fairly simple one, but very few people bother about it. It only takes 2 or 3 minutes, but that investment of time could well make the difference in an emergency situation.
The first thing you should do after you've got to your room is to read the emergency plan on the back of the door, as this will contain important evacuation information, such as what the alarms will sound like. Then, leave the room again. Go back out and check where the nearest exits are. Don't wait until you've unpacked. Don't go to the bathroom or test the bed. Do it as the first thing. This may be your only chance. If there are 2 or more of you sharing the room or suite, do it together. Talk about it as you do it. You need to understand how you'll navigate your way to safety if visibility is impaired. Look where the nearest emergency exit is. Is it on the left or the right of the hallway? How many doors are there between your room and the exit? Is there anything in the hallway that could block your way, such as a vending or ice machine? Are there easily identifiable features in the hall, such as cornices, alcoves and tables? Know what they are and where they are. How does the emergency exit door open? Is it a handle or a bar or something else? Have a look inside. As you go back to your room, count the doors again and look all around. Make a mental picture of the surroundings. Remember, smoke can blind you before it kills you. When you get back to your room, make a point of knowing where your room key and shoes are at all times. In the event that you have to leave your room due to smoke or fire, you should always take your key or key card with you, as it may be that your escape is blocked and you simply have to return to the room. Shoes will protect the soles of your feet from burns and prevent cuts from broken glass or other debris. Is there a window that opens? How does it open and close again? Is there a balcony or ledge? Is there an electrical fan or vent in the bathroom? Where's the plug for the bath and the sink? Where's the ice bucket? This entire exercise will take you just a few minutes, but it might save your life. If you can make all these things automatic, you'll be well placed to help yourself and others in the event of fire. Remember, know your surroundings. Check your escape route as soon as you get to your room. Count the number of doors between your room and the escape exit. Know where your key or key card is at all times. Know where to find your shoes. And take your key with you and put your shoes on if you have to leave in an emergency.
When people understand their surroundings, it makes them much more likely to follow simple sets of rules in emergencies. In fire situations, the methods people should use to investigate what is going on, to move around safely and to protect themselves are straightforward, but very important.
Something will alert you or wake you from your sleep. It might be some sort of commotion, an alarm, or simply the smell of smoke. Whatever it is, investigate it. Do not ignore it, and don't simply go back to sleep. Let's assume you wake up to smoke in the room. Roll out of bed. Stay low. Get your keys and your shoes. Even if you think you can tolerate the smoke by standing, don't do it. Save your eyes for as long as you can, and in any case the smoke may contain toxic gases. Stay low. Make your way to the door and feel it with the back of your hand. If you use the back of your hand, even if it gets burnt, you can still probably use the palm side for everything else you need to do. If either the door or the handle is hot, don't open the door. The fire could be just outside. We'll deal with that later. If the door isn't hot, open it slightly and gently, keeping one hand against the door in case you need to slam it shut again. Don't even consider the idea of attempting to use a lift or elevator to escape a fire. Lift wells and service ducts will trap smoke. Fire and heavy smoke will affect lift control units. There simply isn't a lift or elevator system anywhere that can be used as a safe escape route. Move into the hallway and stay low as you feel your way towards your exit. Always close the door behind you. It will protect your belongings from theft or smoke damage. Count the doors as you go, just as you counted them earlier, and bang on each one to warn other guests. Stay against the wall on the same side as the exit. If you're on the wrong side, you could crawl past the exit and into a more dangerous situation. When you reach the exit and begin to descend, resist the urge to run. Again, close the door behind you. Walk down the stairs and hold the handrail as you go. People who run are a danger to themselves and others. Occasionally, smoke will get into exit stairways and begin to rise. But in a tall building, it may not rise very far before it cools and becomes heavy. Firefighters refer to this as stacking. For instance, if your room is on the 25th floor, you may enter the exit stairway and find it clear all the way down to the 10th floor, where you suddenly encounter dense smoke. Do not try to get through this smoke. Turn around and go back up the stairs. This is when you really need to stay calm and to hold that handrail, because the people coming down will probably be in a state of panic and won't want to turn back. Your best option now is to head for the roof. When you reach it, leave this door open. Normally, leaving doors open is not recommended, but in this case it may help to vent the smoke that's in the stairwell. Find the windward side of the building. The wet finger method works here. Walk towards the part of the roof facing any breeze. Now it's a matter of waiting to be rescued. Almost invariably, the rescuers will come. Jumping is rarely an option. You might survive a jump from 1, 2, or 3 stories up. Anything higher is simply a suicide leap. Many jumpers have died leaping from a building where the fire was already under control.
Even if people find that their escape routes are blocked, the chance of survival remains as long as they stay calm and remember basic techniques. This is the time when panic and despair is likely to set in, but all is not lost, and in many cases it is just a matter of buying sufficient time for the emergency services to arrive.
If you wake up with smoke in your room, or if you can't get to the hallway, don't panic. There are still things you can do. Simple things. Go to the window. Check outside. If it's clear outside, open the window to allow any smoke in the room to vent. This will also help you to alert people coming to your rescue. If opening the window starts to draw smoke inside, either through the window or through the doors, simply close the window again. If the window doesn't open, do not break it unless there is no other option. You may need to keep smoke out later. Go to the bathroom fan or vent if there is one and turn it on. Remember to stay low where the clean air is. Find the plugs for the bath and the sink and fill these with water. You can use this to douse flames or cool doors and walls if there are flames outside. It's a common misconception that this is for people to sit in should the fire get too hot. It's not. We put food in water and heat it up when we want to cook it. This water is to help you safeguard the place you are now waiting in. If there's fire outside your room, block the door gaps with a mattress, towels, dressing gowns or sheets, and douse these, the door frame and the walls with water. Use the ice bucket to carry water around. Remember where you found the ice bucket? All these actions will help. Use a damp towel as a filter across your mouth and nose. In this regard, wetting a towel with urine can actually help even more, because the urine will help to filter out some toxic gases. Swinging a damp towel around over your head will also help to clear smoke in the room. If there is fire outside your windows, tear down any curtains or other combustible window dressing and douse the window frames with water. Do whatever you can to slow the flames and smoke. Help invariably will be on its way, and in most places it won't be far away. buy yourself time. The cost of not doing so could be extreme.
People often think that they should report fires to the hotel reception, but as far as we're concerned, that should be the second call in an emergency. We'd much rather be called to minor incidents because guests have smelled smoke than be called 20 minutes later when we have to go looking for dead bodies.
Many hotels operate sophisticated and well-defined emergency response systems and will call the fire brigade as a matter of course. However, some may still regard it as being unnecessary to disturb their guests by calling the emergency services. And in any case, fire engines with flashing lights outside the hotel can draw the wrong sort of attention. Some hotels may prefer to send their own people to investigate before doing anything else. But if the person sent to investigate is overcome by smoke, maybe even killed, your message will have gone nowhere. Call the fire brigade yourself.
Hi, can you put me through to the fire brigade, please?
You may need to familiarise yourself with the code that's used in that particular country. People may get upset with you, but what does that matter? You may just have saved several lives, including your own.
There are many fires in hotels throughout the world, and many people die as a result. This doesn't have to be the case, and if people pay attention to the basics, if they remember the simple things each time, their chances of survival are much better.
Fires can and do happen in hotels. With increasing business and private travel these days, the chances of us being caught up in a hotel fire are also increasing. However, what we have shown you in this presentation are the simple techniques that we can all use to give ourselves the best possible chance of survival in an emergency. Remember the following. Get to know your surroundings as soon as you arrive. Know the technique for moving around in smoke and fire situations. Know what to do to buy yourself more time in your room. And don't be reluctant to call the fire brigade. Overall, the risk anyone faces when staying in a hotel is low, especially when compared to other hazards such as driving. However, by applying the techniques described in this presentation, we all have the opportunity of making this small risk even smaller. Safe travelling.